Watch me as I make this chicken pot pie and talk about the time my sister burnt her hand trying to get a pot pie out of the oven. So, this had to be, I don't know, sometime in the late 1980s. And my sister was putting one of those banquet apple pies into the oven. It was either turkey or chicken. We have not figured out which it was. However, she put it in the oven, had it cooking. My mom was not home that day, but my dad was. But what does that really mean? You know, fathers don't really be paying attention to you in no kitchen. They kind of be off in their own little world doing their own thing. So she's in here monitoring her Popeye. Not sure what the rest of us ate because the story itself is just so traumatic. Anything else that happened within that day, I honestly have no idea. So as she goes to get this chicken pot pie out of the oven, I really don't believe she used anything. Not a hand mitten, not a tongue, because I just don't remember seeing one. All I can remember is the fact that apple pie, this pot pie somehow turned over onto her hand, the skin side. And she screamed so loud. It sounded like a siren because she just kept screaming. And it got even louder when she actually looked at her hand. It was like somebody took Pop Rocks and shoved it under her skin, threw some water on it. I mean, that skin was dancing and it was boiling. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. My dad heard her screams, came running. I think he was upstairs and came downstairs to see what was going on, to discover she burned herself, had her go to the bathroom to run the cool water under her hand. And she was fine as long as her hand was under that cool water. But the moment it came out, baby, she was screaming at the top of her lungs again. And as she recalls, she said Dad could have cared less. And my dad is very stoic. If you know him, you know him. And it's like nothing kind of affects him. He's kind of like, you'll get over it, move on. And she said that that's what he basically told her. It's so wrong. But I'm going to drop in here because I want you guys to see. Y'all know the movies Gremlins, where it showed once the gremlins got wet, like the way they skin looked. That's exactly what it sounded like. And that's exactly what my sister's hand looked like. It was so disgusting, y'all. It is imprinted in my brain and I can't let it go. But lesson learned that day to not mess around with a hot pot pie.